All right, what's up? We are live. I'm going to, take this mask off for 2 minutes during this interview, if that's okay. We've been wearing the masks here for the protocols. BJ Rains with the Idaho Press newspaper, BlueTurfSports.com, and we are here at Mountain West Media Days in Las Vegas with Andy Avalos, head coach of the Boise State football team. Andy, you've been doing interviews all day. Appreciate you sitting down. You're almost done, though. How are things going so far?
Awesome. Time has really flown by. It's been great to sit down and visit with all the media, especially the local media, and be able to catch up with you guys and really the coaches too, the other coaches in the conference, and see the ones that we've known for a while and meet the ones that we haven't, and to be able to sit down and with the commissioner and his staff as well, and touch base on a couple topics that are coming up and some things that we've just got to be aware of.
It's for us, at least in the media, it's kind of the unofficial kickoff to the season with fall camp, a couple, 2 weeks away. You've been doing the summer workouts and seeing these guys, but does this feel like any kind of thing for you in terms of checking off the next box, getting closer to fall camp here?
Yeah, that it's real, and it's coming up real fast. It's August is right around the corner, and we know what it is when August hits. And now the players have done a tremendous job, as well as the strength coaches and the trainers, preparing. In the last 2 months, we're on week number 7 of training, and we're really excited about the progress the team has made, both mentally and physically. And so we got one last week left from today up until next Wednesday to make another huge jump, and then we'll be ready to go.
What's been the most asked question today so far?
Let's see here. So a lot of people want to know about the quarterbacks. That is always a hot topic. And then just discussing some of the name, image, and likeness. So what are those new? What does that new arena look like? What are those opportunities looking like for the players? And then as well as just the the COVID protocols and vaccinations, and what does that mean? Do we have to get vaccinated? Will it help? And all those things. And as much as we wish we were out of 2020, some of the COVID parameters and protocols are still very real, and we're going to have to be very mindful of those things if we want to have a successful season.
What we just talked to you for an hour or so in the print media session about the benefits of getting vaccinated, and the commissioners come out and said that if you get vaccinated, you don't have to test, and there's some other things you don't have to worry about contact tracing or missing a game. Basically, if you get vaccinated, you're good to go for the season, essentially. So you as a coach, how do you weigh trying to convey that to your players, but also it is their choice, and in the end, and you can't make them do it. So how what's that been like? What's the reception been like for the players? And maybe you can update the fans kind of how that vaccination rate is going within the team.
So what we're always trying to provide a better perspective to our players for what the realities are. And now that we're moving up on the season and we have a good understanding of what this is going to look like this season, if we get vaccinated, then we do not have to test. We cannot be subject to contact tracing if someone near or around us gets sick. And really, in part, that is what the goal is for the commissioner, and he is going to release a statement on that. We will, in the event that a team does get sick or there's contact tracing that involves enough players where a team cannot participate in a game, it's a forfeit. There will be no rescheduling of games this year. So from that standpoint, getting vaccinated helps to reduce that element from play, and does not put us at a disadvantage competitively.
Everyone's just hoping the season's gonna work, but the odds are some game somewhere for some teams probably going to be impacted again. It's just the way it goes. How I guess are you just approaching this, hoping that you guys can manage this and get through the season without any issues? And it's just going to be a kind of once again, unfortunately, a week by week basis. Probably that stress of Friday, not knowing if the game's happening, unfortunately, may not be gone this year.
Yeah, there's no question. There's certain schools that are mandating, universities that are mandating students get vaccinated to return to campus. We are not in that group, and so we will have to be very diligent with the decisions we make, whether we get vaccinated or not vaccinated. But if we do not get vaccinated, then the testing will continue, the mask wearing, regardless of whether our county health officials are requiring it, or our state is or is not, we will have to wear masks from the standpoint of we are not in a bubble. We are going to be on campus. We are going to be in classrooms. If we are out in the community and we are not vaccinated, we will have to wear masks and to protect all the hard work that has been put in, and really to protect ourselves from getting sick.
Inside there, but in terms of just what you're excited about in fall camp, what you want to see happen, what position battles or areas of the team, what would you say to fans? There are a couple areas that you'll be looking at and they should be looking at going into fall camp.
Yeah, no question. It's always up front is where the game starts. So being able to build a dependable depth up front on both sides of the ball, offensive line, defensive line, and the physicality and the mentality we play with up front is always a big to do. And then just to see how people compete and respond. We will create situations of adversity throughout camp to get our guys reps at responding, to be able to see how they respond mentally every day, how they wake up, if they're able to get themselves mentally prepared so that physically they can compete to what they're capable of, because it's really impressive the way these guys are moving around and what they're doing right now in these workouts.
The cornerback position, you brought in 3 transfers, I believe, right? Two D1 guys and a JUCO guy, and you had Markel there, but was out in the spring with the injury, and some other guys. How are you, especially as a defensive guy, looking at that corner position? Because 2 all-league guys that are are gone that you're having to replace there.
Yeah, so that's a big to do here this fall, is the corner position on defense, and as everybody's going to compete, not just the guys that are coming in, the guys that have been here. That's what fall camp is for. Competition is the best thing we have in fall camp. Competition is what gets you up in the morning. Competition is what gets your mind right. That's the motivation we need every single day when our bodies aren't feeling it and our mind's telling us no. And so not only at the corner position, but at all positions. And as we work through camp and as we start camp and then work into camp, there's going to be a lot of questions about the competition at the quarterback position, which we're excited about both those guys, and really Taylon Green as well, who is extremely talented.
Do you have a Philip Avalos in your family?
Oh, what?
A Philip Avalos in your family?
Yes, I
do.
They
happened to make a comment here. Said, "Looking good, coach. Should do well this year." So you got family watching the Zoom here.
Is that embarrassing when your dad gets on a Zoom?
No, we've had moms get on there and stuff. That's great. No, that's cool. That's cool that your dad.
I can't see him over here, so if you could see him over there, tell him I said hi.
It's just his comment there. We can't see his face, so we'll write back to him. But Coach, somebody was asking about running back and Cyrus, coming over from Oregon. What obviously George had a 1,000-yard season, heck of a back, but got hurt last year. What fans were wanting to know kind of what should be expected of Cyrus this year, and how's he looking this summer?
Yeah, so anymore in college football, you got to have multiple backs, and even another guy that's shown to have the capability to be in the mix is Andrew Van Buren. College football, it's a very physical sport. It's a long year. To be able to run the ball the way we want to, we got to have multiple guys, and not only are they going to get it on the ground, but they're going to catch the ball out of the backfield more than the previous offense has as well. And so George is an elite player. We have other players that are going to work to compete to help fulfill the need and the depth that we need at that position. Cyrus being one of them is a guy that transferred in, as well as Andrew and some other guys we have on the roster. We had a running back come in last year who got injured early on in the training session, and Taquan's getting healthy, and we're really excited to see him play as well. So can never have enough tailbacks.
The questions about fourth down and all the negative criticism, whatever, will come when the games start. But 6-7 months in now, just to be the head coach here back at your alma mater, and has it been everything you thought it would be to this point?
Yeah, it has, and it's really been exciting, and it's a tribute to the people in the program, the staff, the players, the support from the athletic department, Jeremiah Dickey, and our administrative staff, and really accomplishing some things that maybe some people didn't think behind the scenes that we're going to be able to get done so quickly. But it's because people come together, they collaborate, they align for the greater good, and we go attack with some urgency. And we're going to have to carry that same thing into fall camp as a team now.
We only got a minute left before my time runs out, but if you maybe give us like 10 seconds, so a couple of these quick fan questions. Someone wants to know any differences we'll see between last year's defense and this year's defense, such as schemes or base stuff.
We'll be multiple. We'll be multiple. There'll be some new things added that we did at Oregon, and that coaches did from University X, Y, and Z that they came from.
And someone said about Boise State, very well known for having 3 linebacker base. Will we see more of that often?
We've been nickel base for a long time. Anymore the spread. It just depends on the variety we get from our conference. We'll match our personnel to the personnel we're seeing on the field.
Well, final thing, Andy. I mean, it's the final 10 days here, and I know you have a coaches retreat coming up. I don't know if you and your family can sneak away for a weekend or a day or two, but what's the last little thing here before go time on August 4th? And it's got to be pretty exciting knowing that you've been waiting for this, like I said, for a long time, and it's finally here.
Yeah. So in terms of a family thing that we got going, relaxation. This is relaxation weekend. The schedule is clear. We're going to hang out at home and barbecue and do a whole lot of nothing and just get our batteries charged up.
And fans are all giving you good luck seeing Florida, all kinds of comments that we didn't have time to get to. But appreciate your time. Safe travels back to Boise, and we'll see you 10 days or so for fall camp.
Well, thank you, BJ, and thank you, Bronco Nation, for the support.
There he is, Andy Avalos, head coach of the Boise State football team, kind enough to join us, and we'll continue our coverage down here at Mountain West Media Days in Las Vegas.